When someone says, "Thank you," don't say you're welcome. When you're late, don't apologize. When someone compliments you, don't deflect it. Every one of those habits is costing you respect. Think about the last time someone thanked you. What did you say? "You're welcome, no problem, of course." It felt fine, right? Polite, normal, safe. But here's what nobody tells you. Every time you reach for those automatic, reflexive responses, you are sending a signal to everyone in that room. Not a loud signal, not an obvious one, a quiet one. The kind that accumulates over time. The kind that shapes how your colleagues see you, how your friends see you, how strangers decide in the first 30 seconds whether you are someone worth listening to. Your words are not just words, they are data points, and people are collecting them whether you realize it or not. The good news? This is fixable, completely, and it doesn't require you to become a different person. It just requires awareness. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 phrases that high-value people have quietly removed from their vocabulary and exactly what they say instead. These are not scripts, they are not tricks, they are signals. And once you understand the difference, you will never go back. Stop saying you're welcome. Let's start with the most common one. Someone thanks you, and you say, "You're welcome." On the surface, perfectly fine, polite, inoffensive. But think about what that phrase is actually doing. "You're welcome" positions their gratitude as something that needed your permission. It puts you in a passive role. It receives the thanks and sends nothing back. Imagine 2 people at work. Both do a favor for a colleague. The colleague says thank you. Person A says, "No problem." Person B says, "It was my pleasure. You can always count on me." Same favor, same situation, completely different impression. Person A is forgettable. Person B is someone you remember, someone you go back to, someone you recommend. The Stoics understood this. Seneca wrote that every act of service should be given freely, without the need for recognition. But that doesn't mean you diminish it when it's acknowledged. Receive gratitude with the same dignity you gave the favor. It was my pleasure. 3 words that turn a transaction into a relationship. Never open with an apology. You walk into a room late, everyone looks up, and you immediately say, "Sorry, I'm late." You think it makes you look accountable, humble, self-aware. What it actually does is set the energy of the entire interaction at a deficit. You've just made everyone in that room process your guilt before they've even heard what you have to say. There's a study done in negotiation psychology about how the first words spoken in a meeting set the emotional tone for everything that follows. When you open with an apology, you are handing the room's energy to someone else before you've even sat down. Now imagine walking in and saying, "Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you." Same late arrival, completely different dynamic. You've acknowledged the situation, but you've done it by honoring them, not diminishing yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Stop explaining, stop apologizing, start showing up, even when you arrive late. Turn guilt into gratitude every time. People feel the difference immediately.
Stop being absent in small moments. Someone asks you where you want to eat, and you say, "Whatever, I don't mind, you choose." You think you're being agreeable, low maintenance, easy to be around. But here's what they actually hear. "I'm not present enough in this moment to have a preference." Think about the most magnetic person you know, the one who commands a room without trying. Have you ever heard them say whatever when someone asks for their input? No, because presence, real presence, means you show up in the small moments too, not just the big ones. When you say whatever, you are opting out. You are making yourself invisible in a moment that didn't require anything of you except to be there. Now say, "You choose. I trust your taste." You've done 2 things at once. You've given them the decision and you've made them feel trusted. That's leadership. That's confidence dressed as generosity. Calm confidence doesn't need to announce itself. It shows up even when choosing a restaurant. Never let doubt define your ceiling. Someone asks if you know how to do something, and before you've even thought about it, you say, "I don't know how." 3 words that close a door you hadn't even tried to open. Epictetus, born into slavery, became one of the most influential philosophers in history, taught one foundational idea above all else. The only thing truly within your control is your response to what happens to you. "I don't know how" is a response that surrenders control before the challenge has even begun. Think about every skill you have right now that once felt impossible. Driving, writing, speaking in front of people, using software you'd never seen before. At some point, you didn't know how to do any of those things, and then you learned. "I can learn it quickly" isn't a lie. It isn't bravado. It is an accurate statement of human capability, yours included. The only difference between the person who gets the opportunity and the person who doesn't is often just that sentence. "I can learn it quickly." Say it enough times, and eventually you stop needing to say it because people already know it about you. Replace ignorance with curiosity. Someone asks you a question you don't know the answer to, and you say, "No idea." Conversation over, credibility dented, opportunity missed. There's a reason the greatest thinkers in history, Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, were famous not for the answers they gave, but for the questions they asked. Socrates built an entire philosophy around admitting he didn't know, and then making that the starting point of discovery, not the end of the conversation. When you say "no idea," you close the loop. When you say "that's interesting, what do you think?" you open it. You've signaled that you're curious, not just knowledgeable. And curiosity in most rooms is rarer and more valuable than facts. There's also something else happening here. You've made the other person feel heard. You've invited them into the conversation as an expert. People trust those who make them feel intelligent. Well-placed humility is not weakness. It is the mark of someone secure enough to not need all the answers. Receive compliments with confidence. Someone tells you your work was exceptional, and you say, "Oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. Anyone could have done it." You think this makes you humble, relatable, grounded. But what you're actually doing is arguing with them. Think about what deflecting a compliment communicates. Someone has taken a moment to recognize you genuinely, specifically, and your response is to tell them they're wrong. That creates friction. It makes the person who complimented you feel awkward for having said it, and it trains everyone around you to stop offering recognition, because it's always rejected. The Stoics were not passive about self-worth. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about doing good work, not for recognition, but without false modesty either. There is a difference between seeking validation and gracefully accepting it when it arrives. "Thank you. That means a lot to me." 6 words, no performance, no deflection, no inflation. Just someone who knows what they did and receives acknowledgement with dignity. Receiving a compliment well is not arrogance. It is self-respect, and people can see the difference.
Never apologize for your generosity. You've cooked for someone, or given a gift, or gone out of your way for another person. And when they react, you immediately say, "Sorry, it might be too much. I hope it's okay. It's not a big deal." You are apologizing for caring. Think about the most generous person in your life, the one who gives without hesitation, a meal, their time, their attention. Now think about whether that person apologizes every time they give. They don't, because apology and generosity are opposites. Apology shrinks the gift. Generosity expands it. When you say, "Sorry, it's too much," you are introducing doubt into a moment of warmth.
You are making the other person feel like they should reassure you instead of simply enjoying what you've given them. Say instead, "You deserve to enjoy it." 4 words that transform a transaction into a blessing. You've told them the gift was intentional, that they were worth it, that there's nothing to justify. Generosity without apology is one of the most powerful things a person can offer. It says, "I gave this freely and I meant it." Stop speaking on autopilot. And we arrive at the one that changes everything. Not a single phrase, not a specific swap, something deeper. Most people speak on autopilot. They reach for whatever word comes first, whatever phrase feels easiest, whatever response requires the least thought. And over time, without ever making a single dramatic mistake, they become someone the world takes lightly. Marcus Aurelius kept a private journal for most of his life, not for publication, not for posterity, just for himself. In it, he returned again and again to one discipline above all others, the discipline of his own mind, his own reactions, his own words. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That's what this entire video has been about. Not manipulation, not performance, not becoming someone you're not. Awareness. The deliberate, practiced choice to speak with intention rather than reflex. Every word you choose either builds your presence or quietly erodes it. The person who says, "It was my pleasure," instead of "You're welcome. The person who says, "Thank you for your patience," instead of "I'm sorry I'm late. The person who says, "I can learn it quickly," instead of "I don't know how." That person is not smarter than you, not more talented, not born with some rare gift. They just decided at some point to stop speaking carelessly. Master your words, and you master how the world responds to you. Here's what I want you to take away from this. None of these phrases require a transformation. They don't require confidence you don't yet have. They don't require you to pretend. They just require a moment of awareness before you speak. One pause, one choice, 8 phrases. That's the entire practice. The Stoics called this prosoche, watchful attention to oneself. Not self-criticism, not performance anxiety, just presence, just intention. Start with just one phrase from this video. Use it once today. Notice how the room responds differently. Then use it again tomorrow. Speaking well isn't manipulation, it's awareness. Master your words, and you master how the world responds to you. If this video gave you something, save it. Not for me, for the moment you need a reminder. And if you know someone who speaks carelessly without realizing it, send it to them, quietly, no explanation needed.